Can we talk Spektrum?
Yeah, let's do it.
Tango driver.
Yeah, so Monday busy?
Monday's always predictably busy. It's never a surprise.
Yeah.
God forbid I'm ever surprised that Monday's crazy in this role. So,
Well, I guess could we start by just a quick saying of your name and what you do? I know your name, but
yeah.
then I just have the audio of you saying it.
My name is Megan Closset. I am a sales operations manager for Volkswagen of America, but in my non-professional role, I am a Volkswagen enthusiast.
And probably worth also adding, time of Golf Spektrum, you are Golf Product Manager?
I was the
Or
full
were?
line product manager for the US. So at that time, we had 6 models, one of which, of course, was the Golf R.
Okay. Could we get a quick about you? I don't even know that I know this. Prior to meeting you, you were at Volkswagen when I met you.
Yes, I've actually been with Volkswagen in some respect my entire career outside of college. So
Oh,
as soon as I graduated, I started selling VWs at a then local to me Volkswagen dealer in Atlanta, Georgia. So 3 years at the dealership level with Volkswagen, and then I moved on to auto shows for Audi for a couple of seasons.
I didn't know that.
Then
Maybe
I
I
moved
did.
on to Volkswagen of America in 2008.
Okay.
So ever since 2008, Volkswagen of America. So I was a trainer. I was with Volkswagen Academy, sales and product curriculum designer, and then 7 years as a product manager, as we already talked about, for the
Right.
Golf product line, as well as the Arteon model, RIP. And then the past 3 years as a sales operations manager for the Southeast region.
Okay. So when did you know that you were an enthusiast?
I think there are 2 canon moments in my life,
Okay.
one of which I can't remember. Um, this is like my Harry Potter moment with Volkswagen.
Okay.
Supposedly, as legend has it, I was burned. I have like a burn scar on my ankle from like a hot dome light that fell out of Super Beetle.
Okay.
And I was like in a car seat and I got burned by a dome light. So I think that's my unofficial dorky canon moment of being an enthusiast. The other moment is more memorable. 1999, Mark IVs were first coming on the scene. I
Yeah.
was coming of age as a driver and really starting to notice cars. My dad had always been into cars, not just German. Actually, mostly not German. I just started noticing these Mark IVs and B5 Facade at the time, and I was like, these are the
Yeah.
most beautiful cars I've ever seen, and I got to have one. They proliferated on the market quite quickly, as I'm sure you remember in
Yeah.
your early Vortex days. And that's really what struck for me. It's Volkswagen sticking. It's like just the love I felt with Mark IV, B5, and it growing from there.
And worth noting, you still have, well, not that you had it this whole time, but you have a Mark IV now.
I do. Yeah, I've had my Mark IV R32 for actually 8 years this month.
That's
Longest I've ever had a single car, George.
Is it really?
Yeah.
What a great car to have for the
Yeah.
to be the longest one.
Oh my gosh, I'm so lucky. I love that car.
Yeah, yeah.
So great.
My longest is a 4000 Quattro. And while it was a very cool car, I don't know that it's like the most speak to you car that like an R32 would be, or I'm working on passing it with my 964. So,
Yeah, I mean, you've got a couple really cool cars. Let's be
nah,
real. You've had some
nah.
great cars, George. You should do a whole podcast on the cars you've had.
We should. That would be very myopic and self-centered. But yes, that would be.
Well, I could interview you.
There you go. All right. Then we have another episode planned
Cool.
already. Can we talk Spektrum?
Yeah, let's do it.
I guess let's start with how we get there. Was this your idea?
No, not my idea. Not my idea by myself.
Okay.
Um,
Do tell.
we'll start with how it started. We'll start with kind of how it catalyzed as well.
Yeah.
So
Can we stop for a second?
yeah.
You tell me if it's. I mean, I'm sure you can fill in the gaps. I'm sure we'll have a lot of VW people listening to this. This is for tailored driver, and so this is for people who are into like special paint to sample, and Volkswagen not having a program like BMW individual
Right.
or Audi exclusive. You have to do things in different ways. So that the Golf Spektrum cars are that in a different way.
Yes, and as far as I know, and historians on the pod, correct if I'm wrong, but This is the only Volkswagen almost custom style paint offering in the US of its time that we've ever done. I don't know if there's been one maybe long time ago with air cooled. I don't know of anyone in modern times with Volkswagen in the US. Definitely, we had Volkswagen Individual for European customers, but
Okay.
for the US, I think Spektrum was pretty unique, as well as for Canada, which I'll touch on as well.
Yeah, yeah. And while I mean there have been special editions, like say the Fahrenheit
No
Mark
doubt.
V era, this is a very
Tons of
different
special
thing.
editions, which are so loved.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
as far as exterior paint and it being nearly, well, we offered 40 different colors. We'll get into that too. But I think
Okay.
this was the first program of its kind for the US for VW, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, how it started. As I just alluded to a moment ago, there's been a program in Europe. I don't believe it's still operational, but they had Volkswagen Individual, which was essentially European customers could choose from myriad colors for almost any vehicle that was produced for the
Right.
European market, which was kind of something, I think as enthusiasts, we play around on the configurators for other markets and we're like,
Right.
dang, look at all those options, right?
You do that
And
too?
yeah, that was kind of always in my mind. Canada, actually, not enough credit goes to Volkswagen Canada, and I want to emphasize that. But Volkswagen Canada actually started what became the Spektrum program as we know it for the Canadian market in model year 17. And they started that with the eGolf, believe it or not, for model year 17.
It- okay. So I will say,
Yeah.
watching this, I don't think we've ever featured one on Tailored Driver. We feature plenty of Canadian Golf Rs.
Yeah, yeah.
But
eGolfs. You should start
it,
looking at those on Tailored.
how many? Well, I've looked. I haven't seen any yet. But I guess that's my question: is how many were built? Do you know how many colors? Like, what was
I
the deal?
do. I actually, in a separate window right now, I have that entire matrix open.
Awesome.
So I don't know if you
I
want to
love
get to
that you
that
do,
level
by
of
the way.
detail at the moment. Do you want me to finish the current, like how it started
Yeah.
and how we
Sorry,
got?
I'm sidetracking.
No, I love
Let's.
jumping all over the place, but
Yeah.
also your customer, your listeners are going to be like, "What the heck, George?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So Canada gets all the credit for bringing the program to North America. We work very closely. We work very closely with Volkswagen Canada product planning, with Volkswagen US product planning. So great colleagues, great friends. Saw that they were doing this for eGolf, that they were going to be bringing it forward for their model year 18 Golf R. And I was like, well, why can't we do this for the US? Like we work closely with them. Our customers are similar.
Right.
We work with the same German counterparts. Let's make this happen for the US. It wasn't as easy as that, obviously. But here's how we get to the catalyst part. So, George, you and I know in the Volkswagen community, our enthusiasts are really, really passionate. They
Right.
really latch on to certain elements of our vehicles, whether it's the special editions, like you mentioned, whether it's Fahrenheit, 20th anniversary, 337, all the Mark II special editions we had, whatever. So there was, let's call it an oopsie or a mistake, one-off Golf R that was produced. Our Golf R is produced in Wolfsburg, right? So the
Right.
Wolfsburg, Germany factory produced this Golf R in carbon steel gray metallic, which was never a US color for a Golf R. It was a GTI color
Right.
for Mark 7, early Mark 7, but not Golf R. So this one-off oopsie car, US spec, totally normal US car, just a non-normal Golf R color, shipped to a dealer in Virginia, and the internet, as it were, kind of went wild. The Volkswagen enthusiast internet kind of went crazy. They found this car. It went locally viral. It went somewhat viral on some of the forums. I think Vortex picked up on it. You had people calling the dealer, putting deposits down for this gray car, for this gray Golf R.
Right.
Anybody outside of Tailored, anybody outside of VW, like, who cares? It's a gray Golf R, right?
Right. Right.
I saw the level of attention that one-off gray Golf R garnered, and that was my catalyst. That was my jumping off point to say, hey guys, we've got a special audience that really wants a unique Golf R. Canada's doing this now. They're entering into their second model year. They've expanded it to their Golf R, and there's going to be hell to pay if we don't offer this for the US as well. If Canada's
Yeah.
so,
So, a question I'll ask. I don't know if you want to answer it, but I'll ask it anyway. Was it an oops?
it was an oops.
It was
Truly.
totally
We
so.
have we have no idea to this day how that paint code got entered in on the system side for a US spec Golf R. And we're not mad about it, obviously,
Right.
because look what it helped create.
Well, Virginia, was it Lindsay?
It
Who?
was.
So I guess that's my question, right? Like, because I remember, so back around that time, probably a little before,
Yeah.
um, first facelift of the last generation Touareg that we got.
Yeah.
That's probably what,
Uh,
2014, 2015?
2014. God, you really challenged me with that one. I think it was
Right?
13 or
Sorry.
14, and everyone's in the comments going to be like, God, Megan, I thought you
No,
were an enthusiast.
I got the nerdiest person I know on Volkswagen, a question she couldn't answer within the first 5 seconds. All right, so I remember being down at headquarters and seeing, I swear to God, I'm not dreaming this. I saw a dark green metallic Touareg facelift, and I asked about it because I had a Touareg at the time and I love dark green.
Yeah.
And somebody told me it was a one-off that they had, like, product planning had sprayed out to see if it was something they wanted to do.
Yeah, that's different. That's entirely different because that was probably a pre-series car, pre-production, might not have been full US spec, probably didn't have a VIN that could be retailed.
Okay.
That's my guess on that Touareg that you saw. And that's something that product planning would do from time to time. But this car, completely just done on the factory planning side.
Randomly
There are
ordered.
individuals who put in the orders. It's all done very manually. And that paint code existed, obviously, right? It
Right.
existed in Europe for their Golf R. We were building GTI, as I mentioned at the time, in Mexico for Mark 7. So we had that paint code in Mexico for our GTI, but we did not have that paint code in Wolfsburg for our US spec Golf R. Only Europe did. So
Right.
it's kind of like a super nerdy, nuanced
Super nerdy. But also,
thing. We probably lost 50% of the audience over that story, but that's cool.
oh my
Maybe we'll
gosh,
reel some in.
probably so. Should I go down a rabbit hole of like I'm still trying to figure out how they got the sprayed out bumpers? Give them the way it all works at the factory. I'm like, I don't. Something's
With Mark 7, it was easy because there wasn't a body color body kit on the Golf R for Mark 7. Mark 7 and
okay.
a half had piano black stick-on body kit elements.
Okay.
So the sheet metal part, obviously the bumpers, I know they're plastic and they're different, but
Yeah.
the big deal is like the body kit part and all
Yeah.
those extra plastic parts. But because Mark 7 and a half had the gloss black, it was
Yeah.
easier, so to speak, to do multiple colors.
Okay. I'll quit taking you down that rabbit hole. I'm still
Okay.
trying to figure this one out.
Another story for another day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, so you see this one, you recommend to your colleagues, we really need to do this. The natives will be restless because Canada already got it. And they said no. They said too hard. They said Megan's got to kick some ass to
There
make this
there was
happen.
there was some tentative yeses,
Okay.
upper management, on the U.S. corporate side, and that's all we needed to really start rolling with it, to really start putting together business cases, to find out what it would take for Germany to greenlight it, because that was a big element too. Knowing that Germany's production capacity was probably already very close to being tapped out, because of the relatively small number of golf models they produce for the US and Canadian market versus the European market.
Right.
We're not a huge priority on that front.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of convincing our business colleagues in Germany to say, hey, if we can make this level of profitability or this level of capacity, can we make this work? Can we offer this for the US market? Canada's offering it. I think the big part, again, the credit to Canada for making this work for their market. If they hadn't have done that for model year 17 and 18, then I don't think we would have been able to join forces with them for model year 19 and offer that for model year 19, honestly.
So
So
for us,
really, it's
sorry.
Canada. Canada
Yeah.
helped make it happen. We looked at their business case. We looked at what they were charging. I think what we ended up charging on an MSRP standpoint for a hand sprayed paint is pretty reasonable
Was
relative
it hand
to
sprayed?
what PTS and Audi exclusive charge, for theirs, and BMW as well. So we charged $2,500 US in 2019 for a
Yeah.
hand sprayed paint finish.
And it was probably in 2019, Audi would have been at least double that back then, and they're more than that today.
Right. And granted, Audi has many more options. They have the
Right.
interior finish that you can do with exclusive, and PTS is a completely different animal. But from a non-luxury brand perspective, we didn't have
Yeah.
any benchmarks because we couldn't look at Mazda, Toyota, Nissan, Honda. They don't do a paint to sample type program in the US.
Right.
So this was really uncharted territory, and we felt 2,500 was pretty fair.
One of the things I learned from Greg at Audi was one of the ways he was able to kind of get around. So they would usually cap him at how many of those cars he could do a year, and for this market. And so one of the ways he might get around that was to order a cluster of, let's say, Nagara Blue S5s, and then have
Okay.
those go out to X number of dealerships, but because they didn't have to change the booth out every time, they were able to sort of like let Audi punch above its weight classes, what his quota was. You see what I'm saying? Not quota,
I
but
do, I do, and I know with Greg, having had some conversations with Gregory, as it were.
yeah, sorry. Sorry, Greg. Gregory.
Sorry, Gregory. I know it was very different on the Audi exclusive side. You know, it's almost a fully fledged sub brand for Audi exclusive.
Right.
And they've had a lot of years to refine that. They offered it on so many models, For us, it was again this whole uncharted thing of like, okay, Golf R only, model year 19 only, small
Right.
production vehicle already. Our initial plan, and this breaks my heart, like thinking how it could have been, but our initial plan was to offer one per dealer. And at that time in the US, we had roughly 650 dealers. So that was the initial capacity plan to say, okay, we're going to offer each dealer the option of doing one car. They don't have to do it. Some dealers, maybe in a remote area where they don't do a lot of Golf Rs, that might not have made sense for them to take on the financial burden of having a purple Golf R in inventory, right?
Right.
Whereas in, you know, most of our more populous areas or Golf R selling dealers, that would have been fine. So we said, hey, dealers, you can either choose to build one for inventory from any of these 40 colors, or you can take a sold order from a customer from any of these 40 colors. And by the way, here's a really nice color booklet with 40 actually painted cards that you can, you know, kind of look at. They're like a kind of a not quite 8x10 card that closer to 5x7 card that you can go out and look at, hold up in the good sun, look at it in the dark, see how this paint color looks. But in the end, we only produced 199 units for the US that model year. And there are a few reasons for that. The main reason being there just wasn't enough capacity in the factory. There weren't enough people power hours to do the hand spray for those vehicles together with the demands of the European market, which kind of took precedence.
Right.
So that kind of ends up being the tragic tale of Spektrum in the US that almost gives it even more exclusivity. The fact that only 199 were produced.
So any reason 199 versus 200?
That's just what it ended up being.
Yeah.
Pure coincidence.
Really?
And altogether, it's 577 cars for the US
across
and Canada. Yeah.
And across eGolf as well.
Across eGolf, yeah. eGolf had the unique, I think this is one thing a lot of even Spektrum fans might not realize, is there was a 2017 eGolf in Canada, 2020 eGolf in Canada, even that were produced in Spektrum. Very, very small numbers, of course, but that's what helped us total out to that 577 across the continent.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So 2017 only and 2020 only on eGolf for Canada.
Yep. And then 2018 was eGolf and Golf R for Canada.
So, okay.
Yeah, and then 2019 was Golf R US, Golf R Canada, eGolf Canada.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how much, any idea on numbers?
Yeah, you name what piece of data you want, I've got it.
Can we break it down by year?
Right now I just have it broken down by Canadian eGolf, Canadian Golf R, and USA Golf R.
I'll settle for that.
Okay. I mean, I can
That's
get you
way
both,
more than I
but
expected.
That's what I have handy.
No, that's perfect.
Okay. So, I mean, the most popular color by far for like everything all together, this was the most popular singular color for the US, the most popular singular color for almost the most popular singular color for Canada, but overall Viper Green Metallic.
Which is like, is that like Porsche's Viper Green?
Scirocco color.
Okay.
Yeah, not Porsche Viper Green.
Okay.
But Gen 3 Scirocco Viper Green Metallic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so there were 67 total produced, 33 of which were US.
All right.
So there's like, oh my God, there are so many. It's like,
yeah.
33.
Not really.
And I doubt all 33 are still on the road today, but.
Well, that's what we just did. The I had shared those two orange ones with you like 2 weeks ago. And
yeah, there was a Magma and a TNT, right?
I just did the Magma, and I guess the Magma's pretty rare.
Magma is fairly rare, but you know the origin story of that color.
I don't.
Yeah, you do. You mentioned it earlier in this pod already.
Did I?
Yeah, we were talking about special editions.
Oh, was that Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Was it really?
Yeah, Magma Orange, same as the GTI. Yeah, model year
Okay.
7. Yeah, so Magma Orange is super rare for the US. Only 3 were produced, but there were 15 total for Canada. So
Okay. So
still rare, but
less rare there. This one that we found was like
it was
it was kind of
Canadian, right?
yeah, it was kind of rusty.
It
It
kind of
was
had.
aftermarket, like kind of crappy aftermarket wheels. No offense to the
Yeah,
current owner.
I already saw some comments on that post. People were like, God, how's there so much rust on this car?
Yeah, it's Canadian, man. It's probably the
Yeah,
guy's daily. It didn't even have
probably
that much miles on it, but
no kilometers, but
yeah. Weird thing I've noticed because we're covering some European cars. I don't know why, but like you'll see like I don't know if it's like Auto Scout, but you'll see the field for like distance the car has gone on the odometer, and it'll say
yeah,
mileage, and then it'll say 30,000 kilometers. Like clearly, this
clearly,
breaking down here. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, Viper Green by far most popular color across Canada and the US.
Yeah.
Um, One of my favorite stats though is the vehicles for which only one was produced.
Okay.
And there's a handful of those where you could look at some of the colors for which 0 were produced and wonder why was that? You can
Right.
speculate however you want. There's no reason that we know of why those colors weren't chosen. Like one of the one-off colors, and I just say it because it's my personal favorite, Caribbean green.
Caribbean green.
It's
And
a
what is this?
it's a transporter color, like a T3, T4
Okay.
color.
Like a almost like a primary green.
No, just got to look it up.
All right. I'll Google
Caribbean green. It's a non-metallic, one produced for the US. It's the only one of its kind.
I wonder who got it. So, did the dealers choose the colors? The dealers that placed these orders?
In some cases, the dealers chose the colors. In other cases, the customer chose the color, and we were able to fulfill it for either dealer or customer.
Oh, wow. That is a color.
Yeah. So it's actually a friend of mine who owns that car. She's done incredible work with it, like custom BBS LMs, 3-piece wheels,
Yeah.
paint and match calipers, color matched body kit. Beautiful car.
This looks a lot like, it's funny. I have a old Audi that I got during the pandemic. That's like a Coupe S. You know what a
I
Coupe
know
S?
that one. Is
The green
that the
one?
one with the V8 in it?
It is.
Yeah, it does. It looks a little bit similar to that coupe that you have.
It looks a lot similar. At
Yeah,
least like there's the
yeah, that's Melissa's car. Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, yeah. So it is a transporter color. So you'll see it
You
actually, like
know,
driving around Europe, you'll see that
T
color and just
T4 campers, now that you
yeah,
mention it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a one-off color. That's a great example because you look at that, you're like, why is that the only one?
Yeah.
It's gorgeous. And
It
then one of the interesting to me 0 produced colors is a former Mark IV color, Futura Yellow Metallic. Remember that
oh
on the
yeah, yeah.
GTI? Like it's not the most beautiful
No.
color, but it's got that golden hue that was, pretty popular in some cases. I mean, BMW did a great job with it on when E46 M3 had a
Right.
similar yellow, but
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. I think that was a launch color. So like it was only that and like was it there was a green, cosmic green maybe? That early Mark IV. We're getting really
I'm not gonna pretend like I know any BMW colors outside of Laguna Seca Blue. Okay.
yeah, yeah. No, I'm talking Volkswagen. Mark IV Golfs, like launch colors, there was like an orange, there was a Futura yellow, and there was a
Tropic orange. Yeah.
tropic orange
Big
and
tropic orange,
uh,
Futura yellow. And then the internet will love to debate whether it was cosmic green or rave green.
okay. But there was that light metallic green as well.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So
Yeah.
Futura Yellow Metallic was a non-produced color for Spektrum.
Yeah. All right. Well, if we didn't lose them yet, we lost them in the Mark IV color debate.
Totally. They're like, why are you guys so into Mark IVs? Like,
Right.
this is coming of age for us.
Yeah. No, it totally is.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
totally is.
But
Mark IV, what's that? Actually, like little known Vortex story. I tried very hard. You probably know the when they were going from 337 to Anniversary Edition, product planning like pulled the forums to see what colors
yeah,
they wanted,
I
and
loved
they
that.
yeah, yeah. And what I tried to get Jamie to do, because I was kind of working Fortitude at the time, but I owned a Mark IV and I dug the Mark IV. I tried to get them to agree to doing one. If we agreed to buy an Anniversary Edition, do whatever color, like basically do a Spectrum for us back then, right?
Yeah,
Like so, I think I wanted to do. There was like a dark metallic blue that was indigo blue on the Mark IV. that I was going to
Yes.
try and get mine in, or maybe white. I don't know, but they said no, unfortunately.
They said no, we're doing
Oh,
jazz. We're
yeah.
doing jazz blue. Sorry,
No,
George.
I mean, I didn't mean like in the production run. I wanted like us as being like
Now
the.
you want like one-off Vortex edition cars.
I was trying to pull rank as one of the Vortex people to be like, I want one car and I want it in indigo blue. And don't paint anybody else's car that color, just me. So when I sell it, I will be.
Just a George Acorn edition.
Yes, yeah. They turns out George Acorn Edition has zero value inside the halls of Volkswagens.
It's too
So
bad. It's really too
yeah,
bad. Missed opportunity.
yeah,
You yourself could have a one of one car.
yeah. I figured two cars, me and my mom would each buy George Acorn Edition, and then
Totally.
yeah,
Yeah, because only a mother would do that.
right, yeah,
Yeah. Well, you mentioned 20th anniversary, and
yeah.
in a lot of cases, we have some anniversary or heritage colors. Actually, almost all cases in Spektrum. So Jazz Blue Pearl was one. We had 5 Jazz Blue Golf Rs produced for the US.
Did you really?
Yeah,
That seems,
26 total when you include Canada.
given the history of both Jazz Blue at Volkswagen and Nagara Blue, which same code, I believe.
No, they're different. We
Are they
did
different?
also Nagara Blue Pearl, different
Hmm,
paint codes.
that's
We
interesting.
also offered Nagara Blue Pearl in Spektrum. Funny enough, there were 7 produced for the US and 0 for Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Canada shunned Nogaro.
No love for Nagi.
No.
All right, so is Ginsta the same as Amola? You gonna break me down on that one too?
So Ginster and Imola are different paint codes as well.
Oh,
And Ginster was one of the most popular colors. It was like the 4th most popular color for the US Spektrum. We did 13 Ginsters. And actually fairly popular relative through the program. We did 43 total Ginsters.
yeah.
So when you look at the grand scheme of 67 being the highest quantity of any one color produced with Viper Green, Ginster was 43 produced for the continent. So 3rd most popular color.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot
Yeah.
today.
We didn't offer Imola for Spektrum, just Ginster.
Yeah. I mean, they're very close. They have
They're
to be.
pretty close. Yeah.
Plus,
Yeah.
Ginster, there's great GT. I mean, again, I'm
Yeah,
going down.
driver edition. That's okay.
Right. Driver's edition, first driver's edition Ginster,
And then
the
Fahrenheit,
anniversary edition.
Fahrenheit GLI.
What was the Fahrenheit? That was
Yeah.
also Ginster?
No, it was sorry. So sorry, let me back up. I get these all confused. Ginster's driver edition, right?
Yeah.
Driver's edition GTI, like
Mercury.
97,
Yeah.
and then regular GTI color 98, and then Imola GTI 20th and GLI Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Okay, we're back. We're back on track.
Is that what they were?
Yeah,
Imola was.
Imola was Fahrenheit.
I didn't. Well, I didn't realize that. Again, I'm totally losing them. But anniversary edition and
All the
Fahrenheit.
other people are going to be mad.
Right. No, but it's actually one of the things I love about Volkswagen. I mean, so in Germany, I didn't realize individual was or individual, whatever, was a program, although so many people take delivery of their cars, particularly at Autostadt, having such an incredible delivery center.
So cool.
Yeah, right. So it's such an occasion of taking, whereas in the US we're impatient, we just going to go lease our gray SUV and move on down the road.
Right, and like buy it that day, and
Right. We're very impatient.
we're not waiting to take delivery of a custom ordered car.
Yeah. Does Volkswagen, I'd imagine, does Volkswagen do anything in Chattanooga or no?
No,
Oh,
they don't. Yeah,
it's more on us as consumers than it is on
I
Volkswagen.
guess. I don't know like how many like the enthusiast in me, it hurts me to say this, but then the corporate person in me understands just like given, the market for SUVs, I don't know how many people would be willing to custom order an Atlas and wait 3 months for it and go to Chattanooga to get it,
Right.
And I hate to say that as an enthusiast, but also just knowing the reality of the majority of the market, it's like it's a business, you have to.
No, yeah. I mean, I never used to be much of a fan of SUVs. I am now because some of the more modern SUVs drive really nicely.
Mhm.
And I have kids, but more importantly, like you look at Porsche, right? Like Porsche would probably not exist today if not for the Cayenne and then extending that business. So,
I've heard the same.
yeah,
Yeah. And Macan now too, right?
right,
I would assume they sell more Macans at this point than Cayennes.
right. So,
Just like Audi with Q5.
yeah,
Is that their most successful model in the US right now?
Audis, yes.
Yeah,
Uh,
there you go. And for us it's Tiguan.
right.
So
Mid-range SUV. There you
An
go.
ASUV, as we call it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. I have a SQ8 right now, and I've got to say it's a brilliant
It's
car,
so nice.
right?
I
And it
love the Q8 platform.
so do I, and it's a shame that it doesn't look like they're going to renew it, which is sad.
Very sad.
All right, so we have total numbers. I don't think we got to that. We got to the cars
577 total
across both markets.
across both markets, all model years.
Do we know how many Golf R versus e-Golf?
Yes. So I'm just going to read from the list real quick. So Canadian eGolf total, 104.
Okay.
Canadian Golf R total, 274. And then you already know the US total for Golf R,
Right.
199.
99.
Yeah.
All right, so e-Golfs are out there. They're just rarer.
Rarer. Yeah. And I have a sneaking suspicion that the eGolf consumer isn't as much of a car show Golf R type social media, enthusiast as a
Right.
typical Volkswagen enthusiast. But I will say, sorry, Scott, to put you on blast in a good way if you're listening, but former colleague of mine who really helped make the program happen for Canada, like so much credit goes to this individual. He actually owns an eGolf Spektrum in Canada. So that was
Right.
really cool to see. That was like another thing. It's like, okay, look, the product manager in Canada has an eGolf
Yeah.
painted in a Spektrum color. Like this program is amazing. So
I
I
think
just
that,
want to give a quick shout out to Scott if you're
right?
listening.
Well, and thank you, Scott. We all appreciate it. Even like I will say, like that's something. So my daughter, who's in college now, when it came to and find her a car, I found an Audi exclusive CarMax. Yeah. But I guess where I'm going with that is like she really dug, and she's a unique kid. She loves that the car is unique, right?
It's
And I think
Cumulus, right?
I'm sorry,
Is it Cumulus?
Cumulus Blue,
So beautiful.
right? It's very, very unique. And frankly, on the CarMax website, it looked white. I almost scrolled right past it. Um, it's very light blue.
Yeah,
Like everything else, Google it. But we know what it looks like. And
yeah, yeah,
but I guess where I'm going is like there's sort of like what we're finding with Taylor Driver is clearly there's this um aficionado dumb. I don't know, like not of people who
mhm,
love the idea of paint to sample or BMW
yeah,
individual or any of these Taylors, but like the approachability or the cost to get into them or the livability of some of these cars, not so much. And so what we're finding is whether it's like the affordable Audis, affordable BMWs, clearly these Volkswagens, and we've moved into special editions too, especially I think that complements Volkswagen.
yeah,
Um, it's a great approachable way to get into having something unique that you can't maybe afford to get your Audi exclusive yet or whatever the entry level is in a new car, but like finding even that somewhat rusty uh, Magma R
yeah,
is still kind of a neat daily if you're looking for a budget daily that like you're still going to be unique at Cars and Coffee or
yeah. Like it immediately has clout in
right.
the car community.
Yeah. Like if people know,
Totally.
and also probably e-golf, not to, I mean, Golf R is obviously the hero, but like e-golf is people like Jason Camisa, daily one, and
Yes,
Jason's a little bit probably a little bit loyal to the VW brand more
just a
than
little bit.
yeah,
Thanks,
yeah.
Jason.
But they're cool cars. Do you know? All right, I'm gonna get nerdy again, and we'll try and pivot off this quick so we don't go too deep. But I think
Wait.
only some of the e-golfs are. When I say fast charge, I mean like 50 kilowatt. Would those be? And then the other ones are like slower than that, right? Level two.
Right. Well, so we had 2017 was actually, sorry, I'm going to be super nerdy here for a minute, but 2017 was a facelift year for eGolf, and
Okay.
it was actually a year earlier than all the other Mark 7s.
Okay.
So all the other Mark 7s had their facelift in 2018 model year, but eGolf had its facelift in 2017.
Is no
So
is that
so
when
we
they got
switched over to a larger high voltage battery, and we switched over to, yeah, yeah.
some more
So
livable?
2015 and 2016 eGolf are not part of this conversation with the slower capacity or
Yeah.
the lessened capacity and not having the fast charge option.
So new that would have been like 90-ish mile range.
The first eGolf for the US,
I'm hitting it.
2015, 2016, I believe was an 83 mile range.
Okay.
But that was a very, very early, EV for mass market, you
Yeah.
know. And then model year 17, I believe, God, please don't kill me, enthusiasts. I think it was 125 miles for the US
Okay.
on the model year 17, 18, 19. Yeah.
No, so here's where I was going with that. I assume people know electric, so maybe they don't. Like I have an e-tron, right?
Yeah.
My house does. My wife drives one, and um, so a couple things like with a fast charge, you know this, but the audience doesn't like with a, I don't know how with on the e-tron, it's about a percentage point a minute on a 50 kilowatt,
Hmm.
isn't super fast, but is faster than like overnight charging, which
Yep.
is what the level
Yeah.
2 is going to get you. So it makes it much more livable, and over 100 miles is pretty livable distance, like for commuting. With electrics, if your daily use is less than the overall range, you're fine, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So that would be a neat daily. I've actually been watching because I kind of my other daughter's getting like the one was graduating from college, so we went a little crazier with her getting the CarMax thing. But we'd like to find something to just have around the house that doesn't put too much money into it and would be a nice, easy driver. And if I could find a habit, if I not Audi exclusive, but if I could find a Spektrum Golf or e-Golf, I would probably.
You know what? Okay, this is a cool segue because I don't know of any, at least that I've seen online, but I don't know of any Canadian e-Golf
Could have been
Spektrum
imported.
that have made it into the US. Uh,
Several R's have.
what was that?
Several R's have.
Oh
Not
yeah,
Golf
there's
R.
been definitely Golf Rs back and forth across the border, but
Uh,
for e-Golf, I'm not sure of one, and that would actually be a fun conversation with our resident enthusiast for Golf R Spektrum, or Spektrum specifically. And I don't know if you've ever chatted with Adam.
I have not.
So he runs the at spektrum.only page.
We messaged, but
Yeah, yeah. So Adam fancies himself like a Spektrum expert enthusiast. And you want to talk about somebody who has like devoted hours of his life. That's not an exaggeration, probably days, weeks at this point,
all right.
to also connecting with and working with the Spektrum community in both in Canada and the US. Yeah, he's always on the hunt for like any of these cars that show up online, any of them that go on sale, private party, connecting with the new owners, whatever. So I actually would ask Adam if he knows of any e-Golfs that have made it from Canada to the US that are Spektrum.
I will have to ask him.
104 cars total produced. I don't know.
That actually makes it more of a rarity, right? Because
Yeah, and I'm just like looking at this list really quickly to see the most common singular color for an e-Golf Spektrum. Ginster yellow, 12 of them. And then 10 Cliff Greens.
Cliff Green, what kind of green is that?
Cliff Green is that ultra bright non-metallic green.
Okay, so kind of like a signal green at Porsche or
It's
like
a little, yeah. It's a little bit like Signal. Actually, you know what? I did have a file here. I did have a tab for kind of our story behind each color if we knew it, because not every color has a clear origin story. And I'm just looking down at this tab. Sorry for the clicking noises. Um, but Cliff Green was a fun one. Let's see here. Color count. Okay, so Viper Green Metallic, we know was Gen 3 Scirocco. It's also been rumored to be a Lamborghini color. We were just talking about Cliff Green, which I have Cliff Green was used for T4 and T5 as well. So what we saw with a lot of these Spektrum colors is a lot of them were Volkswagen commercial vehicle, fleet vehicle type colors for
ah.
crafters, transporters, like the non-exciting, non-passenger vehicles, but they translated really well into Golf R.
Now, who chose these colors? Because they're not all Volkswagen colors, right? You mentioned Audi.
Correct. Yeah, you've got some Audi colors, you got some Porsche colors, VW commercial vehicle colors. So here's the thing, George, and this was kind of the legend behind Spektrum that goes into the whole tale, is Canada started the program, as mentioned,
Right.
2017, 2018. They had their own list of colors that they began using. When we collaborated for 2019, we kept the majority of colors that Canada was already using. We got rid of 4 that were kind of no-goes that had never been ordered for Canada at that time. And then we added in another 19 colors to get to our net 40. But how did we get there is the bigger question. We had this spreadsheet. It was just like an old PDF with pages and pages and pages and pages. Like I want to say 500 different paint codes. And it just came to the point where we just had to start throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what would stick and see what we could get kind of greenlit by both Germany, Volkswagen Canada, Volkswagen of America. And we did the best we could to kind of narrow that 500 colors down to the 40. Now, are we going to have everybody's favorite color? Absolutely not. Like, I think one of our big misses was not offering Montana green.
Oh, yeah.
Really popular Mark II color, big on 16 valve GTI.
Right.
You hear all the time, like, because the Volkswagen customer is so passionate. The enthusiasts are so into their cars, which I love. So, I've heard many times, well, why didn't you do this color? Why didn't you do that color? Just couldn't do them all.
Right.
We tried to get something from every piece of the rainbow, which we did. We covered the whole Roy G. Biv, along with some grays and a few grays, not metallic and metallic, but we even had a brown.
Did you? Just one?
Just one, Terra Brown. And the Terra Brown, there's only one in existence, and it was a Canadian eGolf, which kind of tracks. Like an earthy brown, just for an eGolf.
Terra Brown eGolf. So that's the one to get. If you want the rarest of the rare, that's probably...
Well, or the Caribbean Green Golf R.
Yeah, except where I would say, and obviously the logical person would buy the Golf R in a heartbeat, but where I'm going with that is like less eGolfs were made.
True.
Less Browns were made.
True.
And
okay, so that you might argue is the rarest.
Yeah.
Okay. Or you could say I'm trying to see if there's any other that are like that, where there was one eGolf for Canada in a color and then not for the US. I don't think so. George, I like your conjecture.
Right? Did you guys pull the brown from the US, couldn't order the brown?
It was never available for the US.
There you go.
Yeah, it was model year 17 and 18 Canada only.
Yeah.
So yeah, even more rare. There were four. So in totality, there are actually 4 colors that were never produced, and we touched on that earlier with Futura Yellow.
Right.
We had Oxide Red, which was a non-metallic red, kind of almost like a primer red. Like think about Tornado Red with all the clear coat gone, but before it turns like I can see why that one was never ordered. In retrospect, then there was Anthracite Metallic, which just a really dark gray, honestly not a super compelling color and probably too similar to some of the other grays that we offered.
Right.
And then Harvest Moon Beige.
What is this
That was a New Beetle color.
Oh, I know what color you failed to do and you totally should have.
Which one?
Vortex Blue.
Yeah, I know, right? That's the New Beetle color we should have done. You know which New Beetle color we did do? Sorry to the non-nerds out there. We did do Techno Blue Pearl.
Did you?
Yeah, and there were a total of 15 Techno Blues. So
I did when I was looking I was debating whether or not to order an RS6 because it was a pandemic and we're all feeling like I might die tomorrow, so why not do this?
Yeah, why don't I just custom order a $120,000 car?
Right. Well, my wife gave me clearance. She's like, we can pull money out of savings. You only live once. That's how we ended up getting in the car that I found in California. But we were thinking about ordering one for a bit, and anyway, I reached out to, we won't say who, but we probably know, to see if Audi would do one in Vortex Blue, and they're like, we're not doing a Beetle color. Sorry.
Pause for a laughing break because that's the least surprising thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it might have been just that one person's like cutting me off at the heels. I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. Well, I don't know. That could have been cool though.
I think it would have been very unique. I honestly don't know a lot of colors. Like I'd have to look at Porsche to see if they might be somebody who has a color like that. But it was kind of like a pastel Nagaro. Like it was kind of on the purple side of blue. And
it really was. It was a great color.
Yeah.
Some people might call it Smurf blue.
Yeah, only not quite as saturated. Like it seemed a little bit.
It was a little bit faded Smurf.
Yeah.
Faded Smurf.
Old leathered Smurf.
Old Smurf. Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. I'm looking here for some other little nuggets of colors. for stories here. We talked about Nagaro. We talked about, okay, so we're going to backtrack to R32 for both Mark IV and Mark V. We had a unique blue, as you know,
Yeah.
deep blue pearl. Never been offered on any other VW in the US or Canada, but it was a Spektrum option.
How many?
I believe there were 4 for the US. Let
Would have
me
expected
find
more.
that. Yeah.
Although not that different from the metallic blue that's on the Golf R, so maybe
Uh, so lapis blue is very purple.
right. No, I'm
We
not
can put
saying
them next to
they're
each other.
definitely different. I guess what I'm saying is like it's kind of like
Yeah.
yeah, like when you order an Audi exclusive gray and you're kind of like, well, gosh, another gray from
Oh
Audi. It's kind
gosh,
of a
another primer gray.
right, right. Well, it's kind of like it's a bold move to spend that much money. Maybe it's a little
It is
less,
a bold move. I
right?
think you really have to have the right. You really had to have the right person to understand that this was an R32 color. And
Yeah,
yeah, there were 10 total, 2 for the US.
I have to say it's less than I would have expected.
Same,
Yeah.
same. There is a deep blue pearl Golf R Spektrum owner who also has a Mark IV R32 in deep blue pearl. So that use case scenario did come to fruition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
entirely intentional, I'm sure.
yeah. I hope so.
Did you do any Porsche colors?
There are a couple of Porsche colors.
Irish green, if I recall.
If the legend is true on the research that we did, let's see here. Let me just go down my list. We have some Audi colors. Where's that Porsche? So legend has it that there was a moss green metallic Porsche, and I found matching paint codes, so I felt like that was a pretty good proof point.
Yeah,
So moss green metallic. Porsche people in the chat, let us know what you think.
right.
Then potentially graphite metallic might have been a Porsche 944 color.
Graphite metallic.
The paint codes matched. So
What was the first green you mentioned?
moss green metallic.
I'm just
I
looking at
didn't have model specific. My hunch would be 911.
oh yeah, looks like cheap. Well, so Porsche Club has this amazing wiki. I don't know if you've seen it, Renbo.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah, here I'll
Yeah, you should put it in the notes.
means yeah, I can get it to you too. But we definitely use it as a resource.
Oh
So
yeah, look at that.
right, users contribute
Okay,
photos.
so what does that say? LM6V?
That's one of them. Yeah, 20C or
Yeah.
LM6V.
Yeah, so LM6V is the same as the paint code we used on the Volkswagen Golf R Spektrum side.
That's pretty killer. So that looks like it starts in like G body 911s, like early 80s.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Can you check this graphite metallic and see if that's a Porsche color for real as well? Awesome. Spec LB7V? Yeah, LB7V. I show the same. So
So yeah,
944.
yeah, but it goes back to 356 according to this,
Dang, that's the ultimate heritage color.
right?
And again, like to anybody else who's not really a Taylor driver fan, it's just a green, or sorry, it's just a gray.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, if they're not like a Porsche, Audi, Volkswagen enthusiast either, they're like, okay, it's just a metallic gray, big deal.
That would have been
Talking about
cool. Like
heritage.
had I wonder if any Porsche owners were like got in on it, and we're like, all right, I've got my 944 in that color, and
What would the chances be of that? That's the question.
I mean, like we're all, I mean, sorry the dad joke here, but we're all a little bit on the spectrum when it comes to the colors, right?
Yeah,
So like I would imagine there's somebody out there who would have done it.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then not to be confused with Porsche Viper Green Metallic or Porsche like Cliff Green. I know that there was a Porsche Viper Green. Is that right?
Um, yeah. Let's see here. It's like a very primary green.
It looks super similar, but it's not the same. Yeah, that's actually not as bright. And it doesn't have a paint code. Like it doesn't have an L code.
Yours? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Audi has one that's just green, and I think is also very close.
Okay. Yeah, like that almost looks like a richer version of Reseda green, which was a Spektrum color as well.
I don't know if I'm gonna find it with just this quick search, but there's like on the Audi list, the Audi exclusive pre-approved list, there's a green that's whatever's closest to Viper or Signal is just green. There's no
Yeah, because this Viper green on the Porsche side is non-metallic, right?
right. And
So
yours
Viper
is
green metallic on the Gen 3 Scirocco, and I mean, you know that color, and you've seen it's so metallic.
I so my buddy does listings on Bring a Trailer, and I think he's been talking to somebody who owns a Viper Green Metallic. This looks lighter. Yeah, he has.
Closer. Hit that specifications tab, please. L96N. Yeah, ours is different. Ours is LR6T,
Okay.
so it's similar. But this, in Rainbow, it's saying this comes from the VW pellet. That's funny. A 1 year only color on the 914. Wow.
Yeah, so pretty rare, huh?
Yeah.
What did you say the other name was for it?
Cliff Green.
Yeah, I'm not finding a Cliff Green.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think that's actually just a VW color only.
Yeah. Well, 914 would have been built by Volkswagen anyway, wouldn't it?
Oh, yeah, there you go.
1976 it would have, I think.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. All right.
For
That's
sure, the moss green metallic and the graphite metallic are Porsche colors, as we've seen here on Rainbow and verified with the paint code.
right.
Pretty cool.
Very
Yeah, and then we obviously there's some Audi colors that we know about, like Nogaro for sure. Um, There's some B5 non-out, like B5 Passat. Let's see. You know, Nogaro might be the only definitive Audi color. I had one that I found was on an Audi A2, strangely enough.
maybe one of the color.storm ones. What
Maybe it's a really pretty blue called Azure Blue.
hmm. No, color.storm I think was Nagara. It might have just been a standard, but you offered that.
Yeah, yeah. We had a few Azure Blues.
You didn't
But
do I'm thinking of the overdone colors. Nardo gray. No.
we didn't offer Nardo.
Really?
Yeah, that we had some non-metallic grays, like we had squirrel gray, we had slate
Yeah.
gray. Um,
No Nimbus
yeah,
for the
there's
TT
like
guys.
squirrel was a bit lighter than Nogaro, and
Yeah.
slate was a couple shades darker. So those were our like Nogaro-ish
Right.
spec offerings. It did feel, it sounds weird to say cliche, given that like we did offer non-metallic grays, but Nardo was so popular. It
Yeah.
was like at a zenith in 2018, 2019, it felt like.
Right. Yeah.
It didn't
Added
make sense to
chalk.
offer that.
No, well, I was like Nardo. They're doing it with Ascari blue now too at Audi. Where like it's this really cool color. I remember when Ascari verse got shown. It's at like either Geneva or Paris. I can't remember, but they had
Mhm.
like several like Quattro Gambe hot cars across the floor, like an RS6 and an
Yeah,
RS5 and whatever painted Ascari, and it was like boom, this is amazing. And now they're putting on literally
everything.
everything, and you're like, guys, you just like I get it. You need to sell cars, but Nardo was super cool until like it was on everything out there, and then it's still neat, but it's so common that it's kind of hard to.
And it gets a lot of flack now. I feel people are like, Nardo's played out.
Yeah,
Nogaro feels played out to some people, but there's so much heritage with Nogaro. I don't think it could ever be played out.
right, right. Yeah,
So,
definitely. Well, what helped in the RS6 stuff is that they blocked it out. So like, if you
yep,
didn't get one on the 25, I think they
that
opened
was
it at the
smart.
end.
That
Yeah,
was smart. I tried to do that with one of the special colors that we did for the 2019 GTI Rabbit Edition, just to kind of like switch gears but stay in the same vein. So we had
right,
cornflower blue,
right.
and we had 1,000 cornflower blue GTIs for the US for the Rabbit Edition, and I wanted that to be it. Like that's it, that's all, whatever.
No,
There was a lot of pressure to offer it in a really limited production for the Mark 7.5 run out for GTI and model year 21. So some cornflower blues trickled through for model year 21 GTI, which really
yeah.
upset some of the Rabbit Edition customers. And I can understand that. We made a big deal of that being an exclusive color. So
I had heard that was in the thought process at Audi too with the quad the what RS. God, I owned one. I'm blanking on it.
oh,
The RS Tribute. Right.
yeah, the tribute. I wanted to say legendary
Right.
tribute.
Yeah, yeah. It's just a shame. Like you could order it and everything else. I kind of felt bad until I owned one. Then I was like, don't paint any of those.
Yeah, like this is my color.
Yeah, you would roll into Cars and Coffee in that car, and you're like a rock star, and you're in a station wagon. It was such an amazing thing.
It was
Um,
the most. I mean, the RS6, the RS2 and the RS6 are like two of my all-time dream cars, hands down.
yeah, but the
And
color makes such a difference. So I bought that car. It came up at a dealership in LA, just like somebody traded it at a Range Rover dealership.
yeah,
And the dealer didn't know what it was, so they were selling it at like regular R6 money. That's how I kind of sold it on my wife too. And I took the livery of it and drove it to Monterey Car Week, right? So the
yeah.
morning I'm like name dropping all these events I had no rights being in, but I'm going to the Quail one
Look at
morning,
you.
right? I've done it, but like usually with somebody else's pass. And so I didn't have, because I had the pass and not the parking pass, it's like I'm just gonna go park at the auction and try and weasel my way in that way. So I drive the RS6 over there, drive into the parking lot, and the guy's like, "Are you with the Haggerty event or something?" I was like, "Sure, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
totally am."
Look
And
at me. I look like a Haggerty guy.
right, so I just kind of park the car and I leave and I come back like 6 hours later, and he's like, I'm walking up to the car and he goes, "Hey, you," and I was like, Shh, "Here's where I catch hell," right?
Yeah.
And he goes, "What's the deal on this car?" And I go, "Well, it's like a special edition, like just happy to not being yelled at."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No, I got guys stopping in like McLarens and Lamborghinis taking pictures of this car. Like that's cool." I go, "There's another like a Daytona gray, another overdone color or tone." And I go, "There's a Daytona gray one like 4 cars down from mine." He goes, "They didn't look twice at it." Like
Right.
right, and it's the same car. Like so that's where like the right color makes such a difference.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why I think, just kind of put a pin in that. That's why you look at, I think, if I look at the top 10 colors for VW Spektrum, produced for the US and Canada, they're all true colors. Like Viper green metallic, dark violet, Ginster yellow, cliff green, violet touch, Prussian blue, TNT orange, copper orange, 91 blue, racing green. It's like,
91 blue.
yes, my second favorite color and one with an unclear origin story. We have no idea why it's called 91 blue. Could not find any reason. It has nothing to do with 1991.
Right.
No internal model codes, no chassis codes, nothing that we could find out. It just was called 91 Blau, like 91 blue.
I kind of love the mystery of it.
And it's
So
just a beautiful, bright, non-metallic blue. We had 12 of them for the US and 27 for Canada.
yeah, but
It's
not
so good.
interesting.
Almost like a non-metallic teal in a way.
It it kind of looks like Porsche Riviera blue, but a little more blue,
Mm-hmm.
little less green.
See that. I can see that. But yeah, no clear origin story on it.
No, when you said 91 blue, what got me thinking was of the 89 Wolfsburg cars, right? So like
Like
Helios, and I don't know what the other blue
the
was.
Karat editions.
I mean, here it was like it was an anniversary of Volkswagen. I somewhere in my nerdy library, I have the flyer, right?
I have a few of those somewhere.
Do you that have like obviously the 16 valve was like that darker. I think that one was Helios blue.
Yes, there's Helios who did that on GLI as well.
Yeah, right. Did you
Yeah.
do those on R?
No, no Helios.
No,
So that
Helios.
was another one. Like along with Montana Green,
Yeah,
Helios was a missed opportunity for sure.
yeah. Or an opportunity for the future should they ever want to do it again.
All right. I would love for people to comment like what colors did we miss?
Right.
What did we miss from Volkswagen history specifically color wise?
That would be a really great
Yeah, I would
question.
love to know that. Because just, in retrospect, you just see, we did only so many that we could, like red, orange, yellow, like whatever. But there's so many hundreds of colors.
Right. Yeah, and if you can start, especially you get into like the early 80s and late 70s, you can run down a rabbit hole of obscurity
Oh, yeah, rabbit hole. Yeah, rabbit, no pun intended.
I
Right.
didn't even try that one. Yeah. All right. So in your expert opinion, no, in your personal opinion,
Yeah,
do
personal
you think
opinion.
do you think that they do you think that the opportunity is there for them to do Spectrum again, to revisit the idea?
From an enthusiast perspective, absolutely. The amount of just traffic the Spectrum enthusiast pages generate on whether it's Instagram or Facebook, those are the two biggest places we see. Tons of commentary in Volkswagen social media, on the official pages, like bring back colors, bring back Spektrum. They want more color, more color, more color.
Right.
I think enthusiasts were really kind of sad that for Mark 8, there were just 3 colors offered worldwide for Golf R, which was
Yeah.
kind of shocking to a lot of people, myself included. So I do think the appetite is there from an enthusiast point of view. I don't know if the opportunity is there as far as would people still pay for it in this day and age, because cars are so much more expensive now, relatively speaking. How much would it cost?
I mean, minimum nowadays,
Like,
I don't know offhand, but I would have to guess Audi is one of the more affordable programs compared to like BMW or
I think
Mercedes.
so. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's
Like with
still,
exterior paint only on exclusive.
I think it's like $8,500 now, right? It used to be like 4,500 or five, like I don't remember
Right,
exactly.
right. And 6 years ago, 7 model years ago, ours was 2,500 US.
Right. So clearly couldn't be that today, but
No.
such a deal. Like, I guess the other thing that I always wondered back in the Vortex days, the other idea I had as we were talking about colors was kind of inspired by the anniversary editions in the 337. Like,
Yeah,
couldn't they just do a color of the year, right? So
I would love that.
right? So like a
Like a
2025,
Pantone color of the year.
right. So 2025, the Spektrum color is Helios blue. 2026, it's Montana green. You have to get it that year, and
Yes. Oh my
so
God,
that
I love that idea, George.
right, and then they might actually generate like people who are repeat buyers because like I gotta have this year, so I'm trading in my Helios and getting a Montana.
Gotta catch them all.
Right, yeah, and
Yeah,
do
okay,
a
that's
limited
a
enough
super cool
number.
idea.
If you run them all at once, don't do sold order only. Just put, or maybe do sold order only. I don't know. Yeah, because you
Yeah,
want repeat
that's a
buyers to be
tricky
able to
thing
come back.
too, because like as much as we all love colors, and all the tailored customers love, or not customers, fans, we all love
Right.
colors. It's just heartbreaking when you see that the majority of cars sold are black, white, silver, gray.
The
You
that
know?
is where we see an opportunity with the site. Frankly, is m- most dealers don't know how to sell them. Right? Like if you get a weirdo car on the lot, like they don't know. Often, I don't know how you guys worked with the Monronis, but like with Audi, there's no even color code or name of color on the Monroney, and so you'll just
Ours
see
had the color name on the Monroney.
okay. Like with
Yeah,
Audi, it just says Audi exclusive color,
I
and then
know. I feel like that's that's a missed opportunity.
oh, you want to hit the details too? Like
Yes.
when I could pull up my sorry, Audi, I'm not trying to dish, but I'm gonna dish. Um, so in the app, if you go into like the car, I think I still have the RS6 in here too, but I have the A5. Um, yeah, it's slow. When you get your car, yeah, the RS6 is gone, but I don't know if you can see that.
I can see it.
The A5 is just silver, and so was my when I had my Nagi RS6. It was just silver in the app or in silver in the startup screen, and you're like, I want this special, like I got this special
Oh,
edition.
now you're looking at a custom software modification for each individual VIN.
Yeah, yeah. Or let
But
me upload the photo myself.
okay, I think that's more viable.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a cool idea. You're full
right.
of good ideas today, George.
I am all about it. Volkswagen product planning, Audi product planning, any of y'all call me. But
Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'll have my people call your people.
yeah, no. But I think the once a year thing, because like it's kind of like the look, I live in Hershey, Pennsylvania, right? Hershey got really into limited batch stuff. So like we're gonna make dark chocolate Kit Kats, get them now, or they could be gone, and then they go back to them when they sell well, of course, right? But
Sure.
right, but
Can you
we're
pick some of those up for me, please, by the way?
I don't know if they have some currently in production. Sure, like they usually like put them out, and by the way, they're
Yeah,
spectacular. And if I see any, I will.
please.
Um, the white chocolate ones are gross, but
Yeah, I
the
don't
dark,
want that's not chocolate. Come on.
right? It's really not. Anyway, like where I'm going with that though is like the limited run of it is like you have to because like they might not do another Montana green. So like, you know,
Yeah, I think the problem then becomes like, let's say you only do 100 of a color, just throwing that out there to keep
who
it
gets
uber
it?
exclusive.
Yeah.
You've got a dealer network in the US of roughly 600 dealers, 100 of this one color. How do you determine who gets that car?
Do you have like Audi has Magnus Society? Do you have something like that?
We do. We have a Wolfsburg Crest Club.
How many are in it?
You have a total of about 100 dealers
There you go.
that,
Awarded around the Crest Club. Then
yeah,
that motivates people to want to hit their marks and get in that.
that's 3 killer ideas
Boom. I'm
so
telling you,
far. Just
Volkswagen.
drop it.
Yeah. Who needs
Yeah,
an agency, an expensive agency, when they have me on retainer? Is
I
all I'm saying.
know. That's right.
Yeah.
They got George Acorn, the man of many automotive talents.
You and my mom, Megan. Those are the two people. Maybe my wife at times.
Yeah, come on. I know Deanna is like your biggest fan. Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah. Cheers. 91 blue. We got to figure that one out.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing I can find is it was potentially an LT or crafter color in the 90s,
Yeah.
but
But you never found like a 91 LT that
no, no. And you can search the paint code if you want. It's LL5C.
actually. All right. Hold on. I'm going to share screen again.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see what comes
So I,
up.
I did a
That
Google image search and
that Golf Country is definitely not 91 blue.
well, what is that?
Yeah, see that's the transporter I'm talking about.
Right. But that's 91 blue, isn't it?
It could potentially be.
It's a
It
nice.
looks like it, but
It's a
I
nice
don't even know what's a real image anymore.
oh, or is it repainted?
Mm-hmm.
Definitely in Europe.
Yeah. Well, what happens if you put in LL5C to the internet machine?
Oh, look at that. A crafter.
Yeah, that's what I found.
Yeah. Which I guess pencils, it almost looks like on a
Well,
van,
that's
kind of
that's
looks
from
like
the
you.
that's from the Spektrum page. Yeah, that tracks. Because Adam and I collaborated on like a heritage series.
Yeah. It almost seems like maybe Adam is the one who did this, but it almost seems like somebody picked up a color book from and was just like where in period on an LT it might have looked like some sort of utility,
Right.
right? This actually looks like what an Egypt gas truck or something.
Hmm.
And they were kind of like, that's kind of a neat color, and just pulled it like,
That's what it seems like for a large majority of these.
yeah, because so I have we have a pickup. It's an old GMC, but like
Yeah,
we'd like to replace it.
yeah,
And because I know Jamie Orr, I've been thinking about trying to do like an LT because the trucks over there have like cool like a Doka that has like the hydraulic lift and like pivot
yeah,
lift and crazy stuff. And like there are a lot of them in orange. And it's like a utility orange where like it's probably magma or it might be TNT. Well, TNT is probably what the corporate color, right?
TNT is bright, but TNT was definitely a crafter color.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's probably right
Definitely,
there in the
definitely
photo.
crafter.
Right there.
Here's a fun one for you to look up since you're in the Google machine. I'm just going to give you a paint code with no further context.
Ooh.
Um,
Heard around
L,
Volkswagen?
yeah, Volkswagen, LH4A.
4A.
Yep.
Ooh, like Ruby Star, but Mark IV era.
Yeah, that's traffic purple. Not it's not pink. It's traffic purple.
So it's more well, it kind of looks like Ruby Star.
It it's a lot. I think. Would you say it's a little bit less pink than Ruby Star?
Like the original like 964 Ruby Star. There are two Ruby Stars by the
Yeah.
Ruby Star
Well, I guess
Neo.
for me, I'm more familiar with the one I see more currently, not the 964.
Yeah, so that's the original one.
But there's a big similarity there.
Yeah, very similar.
Wow.
I mean, that's the range right from there. Different lighting,
Right. The range of color, like the flop on the color from dark to light, cloudy to sunny is really cool in the non-metallic ones.
right?
And the metallic ones for that matter, but you really see a huge range.
I mean, I
I
wonder
think
if
that
that's
I doubt it's the same paint code, but very similar.
not AI mode.
Wrong one. There you go.
Is that the original one? Yeah, I think it is.
L45R, different.
4SR.
Oh, 4S. Oh, it's still different.
Yeah, but
No,
close. I mean, that's
they just look similar, but
yeah. Audi's got one too. That's definitely more. I'm trying to. It's like berry pearl,
I think so.
but it's not the same.
Definitely
And
not.
and I think Ruby Star is that's definitely more purple. And Ruby Star, I don't think is metallic. Is
I
is
don't think so
yours?
either.
Is yours metallic?
No,
How many of these were ordered?
Three for the US. Three for the US and traffic. Three for Canada.
So pretty rare.
Pretty rare. Pretty darn rare.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's so cool in person. And then there's a red one that I love. There was a vanity plate that there was a color called raspberry red. Speaking of berries, and when you look it up, you look up raspberry red, you will see the guy who bought it, the one that we had for the US. His plate said not pink
That's
because
funny.
in person it had a decidedly pink hue, but it was not pink. It was raspberry red.
I can
And
see.
that's actually one of the only colors where there was one eGolf, one Golf R Canada, one Golf R US. So only three total.
Interesting. Was it a beetle color?
Let's see here. Raspberry red. I show it potentially a polo color from the 90s.
Interesting. Oh, the other missed opportunities, by the way. Mark III color concept. That,
Yeah, I
that
know,
green.
right? Like all the new Beetle colors, like snap orange.
Yeah.
Snap. We had so many oranges though. I guess we could have like taken out TNT orange and replaced it with snap orange. They're pretty similar.
Yeah. Or Audi Samoa is pretty cool. It's very distinctive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
was cool. Yeah, we had a few Corrado colors, which was kind of fun to sneak in there.
The purple,
Yeah.
the
Um,
green.
we had a purple. Well, the green was a Scirocco color, Viper Green Metallic from the newest Scirocco. No, we had a Violet Touch Pearl, which is one of my personal favorites from the Spektrum program. That was a Corrado color. It was on a lot of other VW models as well.
A lot of Corrados were in that color. If that's the VR6 era purple, that one's
Yeah,
in the
that's
day, there were a lot of them.
yeah. Let's see. We also have some Bordeaux Red Pearl
Sounds like Audi.
and Dark Burgundy Pearl as well.
Oh yeah. I think we just featured one of those.
Classic. Look at that cabriolet too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's a Corrado. That's what I'm talking about.
My neighbor had like this exact car.
That's so cool.
It had white interior, if I remember.
Didn't they all?
Yeah.
A lot of them seem to have, at least the ones that have survived.
Well, like going back to the VW, because we also do special editions on the site. Like the
Yeah.
VW, the cab I've always wanted to try and get. Well, there's several, but the at the end of production, there's like a sport edition that gets like BBS RAs,
Oh, really?
a special steering wheel. Yeah, like the Jetta 16 about BBS RAs. Centers are
Yeah.
painted black. Uh, and like they only came in like maybe red or black. Volkswagen Golf Cabriolet Sport Edition. These are all Mark threes. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, it's got a Mark III chin on that one, but like that's pretty much it. And it had like unique. I don't think those are original, but it had like Recaro seats, like
Yeah.
legit, not like the golf seats that people call Recaros, but they're actually Recaros.
True.
Um, yeah, that was a rad, but like super end of production, like classic line when we were getting the Agnes and stuff.
Yeah.
All right, now I'm really going full spectrum.
It's full spectrum.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I'll step. If I haven't killed interest in this,
There are two viewers left on the pod. It's you and me.
yeah, at this point, probably so. All right, so these things. So we could do more potentially. Call your call your VW
I
dealer
would
and nag them.
I think the we could is really here's the obstacle, George. This is really contingent upon Europe having an operational special paint finish facility in Wolfsburg. To my knowledge, that special paint finish facility is not currently operational and hasn't been for personal vehicles since roughly COVID.
Okay. So what about the annual color thing? Like thinking about what Greg told me the one time, right? Like if you do a run, I don't know how many you have to do, but if you do a run of the same color, it's then you don't need that custom paint booth now, right?
True. I think on the Wolfsburg side, it's such a machine over there because it's such a huge facility. Like I think you've been there and you just
Yeah.
understand the magnitude on which that city is the factory.
Right.
You know, the quantity of vehicles they're producing for markets other than the US primarily.
Sure.
It becomes the ultimate, to quote Porsche, like just the Sonderwunsch, like the special wish, like the
Right.
Sonderwunsch. Like it's just how do you do that for a market that isn't your largest consumer?
Right.
You know, do you somehow get Europe involved to say like, hey, Europe, why don't you guys do a special run of the same color as well and try to get an economy of scale?
I mean, that might work.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
since
what.
we're
And I honestly don't think that it would be a hand sprayed car. If you're going to do
right,
anything of a significant quantity, it's going to have to go through the standard paint line.
but is that for me, practically speaking, do I care? Like, as long as I'm getting Montana green, do I care
No,
if
no,
it's hand
you,
sprayed
you
or
don't care. No, no. I'm just saying from like a logistics standpoint, and you know, you only have so many paint rings at a time that can be operational for a specific car or a specific car line. And
okay?
again, when you're running so many models through a paint line, it's just
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to end on a Debbie Downer note like that,
No.
but
Well,
I
I mean,
love to dream. I love to dream of that. I mean, and a dream is what made Spektrum come true for the
right.
US. So yeah,
Totally.
it would be awesome.
It would be awesome. So for now, it's a Hot Wheels treasure hunt, right? Find one of those cars. And
That's right. It truly is a treasure hunt.
Megan, thank you. I'm sorry if I hit you with a lot of nerd questions that are probably not easy for you to answer, but maybe your job being what it is, maybe
I
not.
think we were able to cover pretty much everything.
Yeah.
And the nerd questions were expected because that's what makes this program and the community and our enthusiasts really special. And the tailored drivers really a unique crowd is because they appreciate something that to somebody in a Walmart parking lot could be a run of the mill car and it's just another hatchback, right? Or it's just another Audi sedan or you know BMW sedan, but
Right.
to the tailored drivers, they're like, no, that's a one of 15 car, that's a one of one car, that's a special edition, and
Yeah.
that's what makes us unite in our
Yeah.
nerdhood.
Totally. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks, George. Anytime.
Yeah.
I appreciate the opportunity to chat.
Well,
about
it's
my favorite project.
I'm gonna stop recording.
The Taylor Driver Podcast is part of the Weekly Driver podcast series. Seeking more than the sea of monotone in today's automotive landscape? So are we. Taylor Driver exists just beyond the intersection of obsessive and compulsive. For those who see the brochure as merely a starting point and have the drive to execute their dreams. Taylor Driver covers the factory tailors such as Ad Personam by Lamborghini, Audi Exclusive, Atelier Ferrari, BMW Individual, Fiora Seri by Maserati, Manufacture by Mercedes-Benz, Porsche Paint to Sample and Sonderwunsch, Q by Aston Martin, McLaren Special Operations, Mulliner by Bentley, and so many more. It covers limited production special editions as well as personalization from carrozzeria like Pininfarina and the world of remasters, including firms such as Singer Vehicle Design, Gunter Works, and Alphaholics. Visit TaylorDriver.com to see it all, or follow Taylor Driver on your favorite social media channels and YouTube.